has no data yet. And nice. We are live on YouTube. Hopefully this works well with the audio and the video and the chat and everything. I'm trying to see multiple things at once.
Is it working?
Yes. Should be working.
Cool.
Oh, I have a feeling my
Hello.
computer is going to be a bit slow.
Wow.
Because I have lots of stuff
No.
happening.
My watercolors.
I have little background music that I have, but there's no DMCA, so it's like free to play in the background, but I'm streaming it through YouTube and I think it makes it slower. I need to like download it and so that way it's less slow just coming from my computer. I think that will help.
I have my own music going. It's just like guitar music. Like it's very
nice.
It's just very background.
Nice. Well, this is gonna be super casual. No, I can't hear it. I can only hear you speaking. Yeah, super casual. We're already friends. We already know each other. Thank you for being my guinea pig as I try to get more experience coaching. Do you want to start by sharing your name and pronouns?
My name is Alena. I go by she, her pronouns. And I am a 21-year-old college student.
Yay! Do you have a favorite color? It's fine if you don't. I like adding little colors to notes.
My favorite color? I don't really have a favorite. I would say I think anything pastel. I'm a huge fan of those, like pastel shades, but probably like pastel blue, like baby blue. That's a good one. So go with that one's my favorite. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, with coaching, I want to focus on setting a goal, whether that's like a kind of end-all be-all achievement, or if the goal is creating some sort of habit or routine. And I figure coaching, we talked about doing weekly for an hour. That's pretty typical for coaches. Setting some sort of goal and a timeline for that, whether we want to meet for a month and see what we're doing from there. Or depending on what type of goal you had in mind. So I emailed you a list of a bunch of areas that I see myself coaching in the future. A big one is worker majors for colleges, careers, or majors. I have a bunch of self-reflection stuff, which we talk about a lot. That's a lot of kind of assessments and just learning more about yourself. There's a bunch of fun surveys and things for that. I've got an adulting. Oh, my camera is freaking out on me. Where's my camera?
Yours or mine?
Mine. Let me make it slower. Not slower.
Okay, so weekly for an hour for like maybe a month or so, just to kind of see.
I think that would
set a goal, and we just kind of see how we do. Yeah.
Yeah. Does that sound like a reasonable amount of time for you? We could also do every other week, or I don't know how your schedule is.
I'm pretty
that busy nowadays.
Huh?
You're not that busy nowadays, right?
No.
A little bedridden. Yeah.
I'm able to get around unassisted now without the crutches. I'm walking, like my pain level is pretty low, so I'm chilling. I still can't drive though, which means I can't like go, I don't have as much freedom of like where I can go, and like I have to go with someone if I want to go out, it's kind of annoying, but it's definitely better than just being absolutely immobile.
Yeah.
Like those first 3 days were so bad. I do not. I'm so glad I'm out of that.
Yeah, good for you for going outside and being more mobile. Do you have a bunch of like PT exercises that you're having to do, or is it just kind of?
I haven't started yet.
Yeah.
I haven't started physical therapy. But I did see the surgeon again a few days ago because there was like bruising and pain and it was unexplained, and my parents were really concerned, so they brought me up to my mom's surgeon friend, and who's the one who operated on me, and he was like, "Oh, you're fine. Like this is normal. I'll give you some, like, just keep taking your meds. Like you're not having like a DVT, like you're not having blood clots. You're not
Mm-hmm.
like your healing is good. Like you even have a lot more mobility than people. Like I could already like straighten my leg or like kind of bend it like more than I think is like I don't know most people at this stage of recovery. So that's good. I think I'm fine. It's just kind of like very slow improvement.
Yeah, it's gonna be slow. That's how it was for my elbow as well.
Yeah,
But yeah, I sent you a list of some areas we could talk about. I have a couple
sure.
more. I'll just tag on the bottom. I haven't organized them, so it's gonna bother me, but
No worries.
I'll add them on the bottom. And then I'm just curious what you wanna talk about slash, you know, more so if there's any goals or habits that you want to work towards, because we can talk about plenty of things, but I feel like that kind of is more on the line of therapy about talking and reflecting, and coaching is more
Right.
about helping you achieve something you want to achieve, like a goal you want to achieve.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts?
Um, so I've always had pretty low, like, I would say, like, I want to be able to, oh, crap, how do I even word this in a way that doesn't sound like therapy because this is not what it's about. Like, when you say, like, goal or habit, it's, like, actual, like, concrete things, like, doing, like, a hobby more often or, like, stuff like that, right? That's, like, physically, like, stuff that you can, rather than, like, more abstract concepts such as, I want to improve my self-image or something
Yeah,
like
I was thinking more of um what would you call that? Tangible actions and
yeah.
results. Only
Okay.
because intangible internal results, hmm, trying to think of
Because that's like a
how that would work.
psychologist job,
Yeah,
you know?
I feel like that is
Yeah.
more in the line of, yeah, I feel like the internal is
Don't
more in
worry,
the
I've
line
got
of
tangible
therapy.
stuff. I got tangible stuff. So I'm currently in school for linguistics, right? But
Yep.
my goal as for like in terms of a career, I'm currently looking at breaking into the editing and publishing industry, specifically in either book publishing or like entertainment, like movies and TV and that kind of stuff. Not like and I'm kind of like my vision of like what I want to be doing in the industry specifically, like whether it's like consulting on like I don't know scripts or something, or like doing like structural editing or developmental editing in like for people who are writing for people's like novels and stuff. I'm kind of like on the fence of like where specifically I want to break into it, but I know that I want to do that, and but I'm just kind of like at a loss of sort of like if I don't know exactly what I want to do, like specifically within that industry, but I know this is the industry I want to go into, and like how do I get started with like gaining more experience and more like improve my skills basically, like with that stuff. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes, that makes
Okay.
sense. So you've got your linguistics major, which is
Yeah.
kind of general. So you're thinking about all the different ways you can go with
Mm-hmm.
it. You're interested in the editing and publishing industry. That could
Yeah.
be more writing or
I was
entertainment.
also for a long time. This is what I thought I really really wanted. I wanted to go into academia and do research in psycholinguistics, which is why I like was in the linguistics major.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but as time has gone on, I've realized I don't really want to do that, even though that's kind of like academia is like if you do well in that field, then you can do really like you can be like a successful individual,
Mm-hmm.
um, and like be very knowledgeable about like a specific thing or specific things. But it's just so involved and institutional, and I'm like maybe not so much anymore. But I guess I don't know. I wouldn't say it's like a I wouldn't call it a backup option, but I guess something that I'm also keeping in mind at the same time, even though it's like kind of not ideal. Um,
Yeah. There
yeah,
have definitely been times where I've been thinking through different majors in the past or careers now where I'm like, I could do that. That sounds kind of interesting. And then as you delve into it or other options come up, you find something more appealing. So it's kind of it's something that was an interest.
yeah,
It's like a a maybe, but not kind of your main interest, it sounds right now.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um,
It used to be
so
my main interest though.
yes. So from what I heard, you're looking to gain more experience for the
Hmm.
editing, publishing industry, consulting on scripts, and you also said improving skills
Like,
as
so that's the
mhm,
like, the hard skills. Like basically, I think what I lack the most, I don't lack the soft skills. Like I've worked in teams a lot. I've and just like the nature of like I'm very passionate and enthusiastic about the things that I do. So that I would never like do something where I'm like I'm good at working independently, but also like we're good at working in a team. What I'm more concerned about is like stuff like software, like what publishing software out there should I be proficient in, or translation software, or whatever I need to know, or like how do I gain how do I learn more? Like I can use Excel, but on a very basic level, right? So there's like stuff like that where I'm just kind of like, even if I take courses in this, will it actually help me with like practically apply that to like I don't know how people use that in the industry. So I'm just like, what do I do then?
gotcha. How knowledgeable do you feel about the industry that you want to go into? Do you feel like you have a good idea of uh, where you want to go in that? You mentioned editing and publishing, maybe consulting on scripts or helping with structural or developmental editing. So, do you feel pretty familiar with those industries? Have you done research in those?
I have on all sorts of stuff like the statistics, like salaries and like employment rates, and just like where people who want to specialize in that stuff who in this stuff like want like where they tend to be employed, whether they're freelance or work a like work a salary job. Most people are freelance. Like I would say like I think I read like on the statistics like yeah I read like 50% is like just freelance, and then like 20% or 20 to 25% is like in-house. They work, they're employed by a company and are
Mm-hmm.
salaried. And then there's another 25-ish% that's like does a mix of both, where they have like a job, but then they supplement it with freelance work, which is kind of like what I think I want to do that just so that because I don't like the idea of kind of just like flying by. Like when I picture freelancing, I'm like, this is just like me flying by the seat of my pants, like hoping that somebody like people will like hire me like on a contractual basis, right? That's how like it mostly like at like a large part of editing is that like most publishing houses and like companies and presses are like kind of I think it's cheaper to like basically hire people outside to like
Right.
outsource their work rather than like employ a bunch of like people just um
Yeah,
like
it's a
in
case by
within a
case
team.
basis or a
Yeah.
project by project basis instead of having like around the
Yeah.
clock employee. But it makes sense that you want a mix of both. You're looking for a bit more security, but freelance is nice
Yeah.
because
I mean,
there
I
is more
wouldn't
freedom with it,
mind
but also more
freelancing,
risk.
I think it's just kind of like I'm not used to that idea, but like
Yeah,
the more that I'm like I think like when I kind of, build my confidence and build my portfolio, I'll probably be able to like, I won't be as like crap. I won't feel like this way about it.
yeah.
Um
Coaching
let's
is
see what
really
else. Oh yeah,
similar.
editing association. Sorry, you talk.
You're good. Coaching is similar in that you can kind of do more of a freelancer contractor basis where you just have clients and you set things up yourself, or you can join a group and be like salaried in house, that type of thing. But what were you going to say after building your
Mm.
portfolio?
I was going to talk about like editing associations for both the US and Canada. I'm looking at both of them because I am able to work in both places, so I'm not going to like limit myself to just like only America or only Canada because
Nice.
it just kind of depends,
Nice.
on
So,
like I think the industry. I'm not as familiar with the differences in the industry between. I just know that both the U.S. and Canada have large editors associations that like with like groups of people that you can like they do stuff like workshops, and they have like helpful tips and tricks and things on like their websites, and like a lot of people that you can contact like within the association. Like you can get in touch with people really easily. So um I want to kind of look at both of like Editors Canada, but also like I think the American. I don't even know. I don't remember the name of the association in America. Like the associations I'm looking at in America because I haven't looked at them as much yet. Anyways, I've been talking
cool.
a lot. Sorry.
No, you're totally good. This is for you to talk. I'm taking notes, which I'll share with you afterwards. Um, I'm thinking now how we can make a goal that is a little more specific. I was
Right.
thinking I like to structure it like a D&D campaign where like you have an overarching campaign goal, like kind of like at the end of the month, what is your big goal that you want to be
Mm-hmm.
completed? And then
Right.
from there, week to week, we'll just do like little action steps. Are you familiar with SMART goals? The acronym for SMART?
Yes,
Yeah,
but I don't remember what they stand for anymore.
I will
What
message
SMART stands
you.
for.
I just messaged you the little blurb, but it's
Yeah.
specific,
Okay.
measurable,
Oh, coming back.
achievable, relevant, time bound. I think relevant is kind of an easy one for us to set. But I think specific, measurable, achievable, and time bound are kind of the big ones we want to lock down. It sounds like the gaining experience and hard skills. And then you also mentioned building a portfolio, which could be part of that. Is
Yeah.
that the type of direction you want to go for setting a goal?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Um, I think the portfolio probably won't be. It's like the portfolio probably won't be as hard. I mean, I do have like my own writing portfolio, which I've already put together, but that's not like an editing portfolio. Like that just shows that I can write. Um,
Gotcha.
but I think if I were to set like any like time like a time specific and relevant goal, I'd really like to work on my hard skills.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we could do something with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's make that even more specific. Do you have any specific hard skills that you want to work on? Or do you want to do, before that, do you need to research like what specific hard skills? Does that need to be like a step A before step B?
Yeah, I have a general idea of like when editors need to be familiar with like lots of different, softwares and technology because of how the industry is changing over time. So that ranges from stuff like visual stuff, like, InDesign, right? That's how that's used to basically design like the book covers and like the insides of books as well. And then stuff like, you need to basically be familiar with like the Google or Microsoft suite to manage like sales spreadsheets and things like that. Um, so I think like I think I want to research like the most used softwares like in the industry at this moment and then like narrow it down to like maybe one or two and like practice like using them and like creating stuff with them.
Nice. Yeah. Because without knowing exactly what platforms to go to, we're not gonna be able to create a specific goal. So do you have an idea of how to research what platforms are well used, or do you want ideas of how to do that? How confident are you feeling in
I do
starting that?
have I think I was gonna I would like to like reach out to people different people who are in like through LinkedIn or something. But I also like know I'm gonna, search online, I guess, on
Google.
yeah, on
Google's good.
I guess yeah, on Google, um, for, articles and stuff about the different softwares like video tutorials, things like that. I have somebody who I can like contact, who was formerly a freelance editor in Canada. She worked, I think, in like both Toronto and Montreal for like 20 years or something, where she like changed careers to computer
Nice.
science. But I could talk to her. I've been talking to her about this stuff. Um, and she's been pretty helpful, and she has a lot of contacts, I think, still in the editing industry. So she offered to like help me out and basically get me in touch with people.
Oh, that's
Um,
really, really great.
so I'm probably gonna talk to her. Yeah, she's awesome.
Nice.
Her name is Heather. Not relevant,
Aw.
but
I love it.
I actually met her through climbing.
Oh, nice. I love the climbing community. So thinking about setting up a specific next action. So I kind of our overall goal here. Let's try to make this a smart goal. I'll write this down. Um, We want to be specific. So you want to improve. Uh, is there a number of hard skills? Maybe like 1 to 2 hard skills.
Yeah, let's keep it. I want to keep it like lower rather because I have a
Yeah.
tendency to work on a bunch of different things at once and that I don't actually get better at any of them. I just kind of get a little bit better at a bunch of different things. So I want to practice focusing on committing to 1 or 2 things at a
Yes.
time. So
Yeah. I'm the same way, girl. You know.
I do know.
Yes.
I've decided I would like one of them to be Microsoft Excel or like Google Sheets or whatever, just because that's like important for any job, I think, to like know how to use spreadsheets. And I can use them and I have used them before. It's just kind of like there's a lot of different. I feel like my knowledge is not. I have like a base, but I don't have like a lot built on the base. You feel?
Yeah, so that's already one specific hard skill is Microsoft Excel. It sounds like is Microsoft Excel can be intimidating because there's so many options and it's like, oh, spreadsheets. So sometimes people have a hard time knowing where to start with them. But I took a business course I took 2 business courses for Microsoft Excel and it's pretty manageable. It's nifty. So Microsoft
Sweet.
Excel is one. You said when you're saying like Microsoft and Google Suite, you already are familiar with how to use Google Docs and PowerPoint and things like that, correct? Is there anything specifically in the Microsoft Suite or Google Suite which you feel like you actually need to work on?
I think I was just thinking of Excel. I've used Google Slides plenty, but not PowerPoint. And I know I've like kind of like I'm more familiar with Google stuff, I think, just
Yeah,
because because it's like I just worked more with it like in high school and in college.
it's really
Um,
nice,
and
easy
then
to
the
share.
Microsoft stuff, it's like it's easy. Like it's just like there's some like minor differences that I didn't know about before. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
why is it like this? But
Do you have
that's not. I don't
Microsoft
think.
as well? Because I know a lot of college students get it for free, but if you're not in college, a lot of folks have to pay for it. So I just want to check, do you have the Microsoft software on your computer? Like PowerPoint
Yep.
and Word and okay, so you have it. So that's easy. Um, is Microsoft PowerPoint something you want to work on, or is that not as important to you?
Nah.
I was gonna say, I feel
Not
like
really
it's
important.
very intuitive. I know you've already done presentations. So Microsoft
Presentations are fun.
is fun. Microsoft Excel is one, and then it sounds like there's editing or publishing software, which certain companies might use that you want to do research on of what's commonly used. Is
Yeah,
that
I
correct?
want to do more research on that specifically. I do know about InDesign and I have used InDesign before, but I remember I hated it and I was also like but I was also like 16 or 17 and nobody like formally taught me. I was just like using it for like a school project that we had to do with like a newspaper, so we had to format all of like the articles that we wrote into like a student made newspaper, and like design everything on InDesign. And I just didn't. And that was like I was on like copy editing team, so it wasn't like my job, but I did learn a little bit like the basics of Adobe InDesign at that time. But I don't remember anything anymore. So I wanna. And there was like an internship recently that were like that required skills in Adobe InDesign, that I interviewed for, and that made me realize like okay, I should probably actually learn how to like relearn how to use this because if you're using if this like this like small Canadian publishing company is using it, then like who knows? Might be an industry thing too.
Nice. So trying to set the SMART goal. We want to improve hard skills, gain confidence in Microsoft Excel, and let's pick one editing software, which we'll do research on what that is.
Yes.
That's specific, achievable, relevant, and we'll try to do it in a month and just see where we're at. So a month from now, let me open my calendar. Is 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll say like 4 weeks. So that's July 9th is 4 weeks from now, and that's gonna be our check-in. And then for measurable, I'm thinking about because improving hard skills is feels very general. So I feel like one way to do that, and let me know your thoughts on this, is to measure your confidence on a scale of just 1 to 10 from now versus in 4 weeks.
Sounds good. Shouldn't we like have like specific, like, I don't know, like if it's just, oh, I 1 to 10, a scale of 1 to 10, like in Excel, for in Excel in general, it's like kind of not, it's not as specific. So it's like, what if, with like, maybe you ask me like set up a spreadsheet that does a specific thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know,
Yeah, it's hard
like
because
calculate something automatically.
technical there's like so many things you can do with the Microsoft and editing software, so it's difficult to say what the exact levels of expertise are. Um, so if you have specific skills like auto calculating something, then we can create a list and we can measure basically check mark or on a scale of 1 to 10 how confident you feel with it, or if you feel like you just know how to do it now. If we want to keep it more general, with general usage of Excel and general usage of the software, I think the general level of confidence is a good scale of that, just because it's just kind of, it's definitely not as specific. It's a little more all inclusive for getting to know the software.
Yeah, makes sense. Um, okay. I guess we could go more general because I don't
Yeah.
know what, like, 'cause, again, there's like so much stuff that you can do.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't
Well,
know what.
because we'll get into specifics as we start looking into specifically Excel first, and then an editing software. But I think this is good enough for now. So, do you want to rate your confidence in Microsoft Excel on a scale of 1 to 10 for now?
Um, currently, I'm gonna put myself at like a 4.
Nice. And today is first session. Yeah, so our goal is to increase that confidence, which should come with we'll find resources for you to get more confident in it. And I'm also, I would say, a bit more confident. I put myself at like an 8, a nice 8 for Excel, so I can
Good job.
I have some technical know-how with that specifically. Um, so every meeting I want to start with celebrating wins. So talking about what you accomplished the last week and you know, what you've accomplished, what you feel good about, and making sure we recognize the progress you're making. And then we'll have notes about specific things, resources. I'll create notes for all of it. And then I always want to have probably like 1 to 3 actions, next actions for you to take. So I'll throw out ideas for what these can be, but I want you to take the lead in setting these goals yourself. So it sounds like the first action would be researching editing software.
Sounds good. Okay. Researching editing software for the first one.
And I'll send you
Second
notes.
thing, I guess looking for, oh,
Go for it.
I was gonna say second thing, like to gain proficiency in Excel, I want to like I think I want to know like what are the capabilities, like, because I've used it for a variety of different things, like keeping track of like statuses on specific, like I was part of a group that transcribed scripts of a TV show so we could do table reads, and we had to have like a master list of all of the different scripts and their statuses, whether it was transcribed, and we would have somebody transcribe, then we have somebody proofread, and then we would like have it set at like oh yeah, it's ready to be read, and then when it was read, we would set it to like, oh yeah, we already read this one.
Nice.
So it was like, we use like a giant master spreadsheet to keep track of not just the scripts, but also the people that were doing the scripts. So like who was transcribing, who was proofreading, all that stuff. So, but that's like, I feel like that like that's like one thing. That's like one example of a thing that you can do with
So
Excel.
I'll say for Excel, I'm gonna do some research, probably on free resources, courses, articles for you. for Excel because we just talked about this, so I don't have a resource for you right now for learning Excel. But finding some sort of program or course that you can work on and I can check in with you on to follow along for Excel, I think would be good. And I'm happy to search for that. You could also search for it. You could also search for Excel courses if that's something you want to do as like a if we take one objective as Excel improvement, then they would be researching Excel courses to help with that skill. And then the second one would be researching editing software. If you want to
Yes.
break it down that way.
Yes, I would like to break it down like that.
And I can help because there's so many options with like Coursera and LinkedIn, lots of free YouTube, obviously, but finding a nice quality resource for learning that you find interesting and won't be super boring and helpful and relevant would be good. And then I'm going to make a note for researching the editing software that you have your connection that do you feel comfortable reaching out to for this?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, I already did. So I guess
nice.
She actually, yeah, she brought me. She gave me the contact of somebody else who like was in linguistics and then shifted to a different career to like talk to him. I think he was like a friend of hers. Like yeah, he's a friend of hers. And I think, yeah, we just haven't had like a conversation since I left because she lives in Canada. So
Yeah.
ever since I've like come back here, I've only ever like texted her, which is not the same. I think schedule it. We can make it concrete, specific by making it like scheduling a phone conversation with her
Nice.
about more of this editing stuff.
Nice. And then this is just an idea, not an action step. But if you want to look for what softwares are used nowadays, you can go on LinkedIn. And if you're familiar with the job title or, yeah, probably the job title that you're interested in, you can search for jobs in LinkedIn and then you can check what skills are commonly listed.
Sorry, my mom is here.
You're good. You're good. You're good. Do you need to take care of anything?
No, I don't need to take care of anything.
Okay.
I don't need to take care of anything. She was just wondering what I was doing outside because it's sunny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
go
just
on the
another
LinkedIn
idea.
job title and then looking at the skills that they have listed on the profile, right?
Yes.
Is that what you're gonna say?
Your
okay.
mama's in the background. That's sweet. Yes. So that's just another idea. So how confident do you feel about these goals for the next to accomplish before next week? Do you feel like it's overwhelming or underwhelming or the right level for you? Do you need any help with getting these done more so?
I think they are just the right level. I am mostly at home these days, so I don't have a ton to do besides working on my paintings and like making food and like this. I think this will be another like really good additional thing to help keep me busy while
Awesome.
I'm at home in my
That's super exciting.
quarantine, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I will send you the notes for these two goals, and everything's always flexible. So if something comes up and you're like, I don't want to do this, you can let me know.
Okay.
I'm doing coaching now, and generally, we have our weekly meeting, and then if I need to, I can text or message her through the week if something comes up. So same deal. If something comes up, you obviously we're friends, so you can just text me. But if you were not my friend, I would say we could use Discord to chat. Yeah. Do you have any thoughts or questions? As we're at 50 minutes, which was my goal for our first meeting. Any questions or thoughts in first meeting?
No questions. I'm looking at the document and I saw, what did I see? Hold on. I lost. The principles, so like, there's like there's
Yeah.
like 4 different links under the self-reflection thing. Do you want me to look at any of those? Or, because I know we talked about the principles you thing. So I opened that
These are
earlier.
all just ideas for areas of coaching. I don't think this is relevant to your goal. If you want to do it just for hex, you can, but I don't think it will be relevant for this specific goal that we talked about.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, but it's a fun thing.
Ooh, you're Roth IRA, long term and in retirement
Yeah,
investing.
baby.
Dang. That's very cool. I don't have any other questions, I think. Thank you again. I just wanted to thank you again. I feel really honored that you thought of me and wanted to help me both help me out, but also help yourself. Like if we can help each other mutually, I think
Yeah.
that's like the best thing, you know.
Yeah.
Symbiotic relationship. It's good.
That's awesome.
I think it helps also that they were friends too. So it's like, you know, it's very much like
it's super casual.
I remember I did talk to I told you that my teacher shifted into life coaching after she like moved back to her hometown and like she stopped teaching to do life coaching stuff. And I remember she also asked me to like we did like one session
nice
of like life coaching stuff. And I think I back then I saw it more as like a therapy thing. Like I conflated I mixed up the two. So I was like, I started telling her about all the stuff that's going on in my life, and she like had to stop me. She was like, "Well, I'm more about this," and I'm like, "Dang, okay." So I think that now that like I'm actually trying this out. You know, we've set tangible, so like actually, you know, like tangible goals. I already feel like my vision of stuff like kind of already okay. It's less overwhelming because even though like I was working on this stuff before, I was mostly doing it on my own with a little bit of help from my dad. But like to actually have like somebody else like guiding through specific steps, it's like that's awesome, and I'm really happy that you're shifting into this. And thanks again for choosing me.
Aw, that's so sweet. You are an excellent communicator, and I feel like people know that you kind of like to have a project on something you're passionate about, which is ideal for coaching to help someone with.
I'm very passionate, almost too
Yes.
passionate. I think there's so many different things that I'm like, I want to know more. I just have like a hunger, for life. Like I don't know what it like. That's like the best way that I can describe it. It's just like I want to know everything about everything. I don't know, but
I love
obviously it's better to focus on like one thing at a time.
Yeah, who's to say? But yeah, when it comes to coaching and reaching specific goals, yes, it is. But yeah, I will be using you to I have so many things I need to organize in terms of like getting feedback from people I'm coaching. I'll probably create a little blurb about what coaching is, and kind of the difference between therapy, because that's something you mentioned, and I feel like that would be a good resource for people. Gonna work on my areas of expertise list. My resource list. I'm just spitballing now. Our official meeting session, coaching session, whatever you want to call it, we can call to a close. I'm just spitballing now.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap,
gentlemen.
And thanks for being on my channel. I can end it if you want to, or we can chatter
whenever.
Do you have a
what
preference?
Can we chat about on YouTube? I don't know.
I'm thinking of what is the best way to share things. I have got Notion and Google Docs will definitely be the main way, I think. And I'll be using Discord probably to connect with people because that's easy to connect with YouTube. Oh, I gotta add my Discord to my YouTube channel so people can find it. Let me add a note to do that. Also, my camera is so laggy because I have so many different sources right now, so I gotta look at I probably have to make it lower quality so that it's faster.
It's all good.
Decrease. Do do. Yeah, that's pretty good start. Have you ever I know you play Terraria. Are there any other online games that you have played with other folks? I'm thinking about if like we can game together too.
Yeah, let me think. I have Minecraft. It's been a few years since I played,
I have
but I used
never
to play
played
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
You're not you're not missing out on a whole lot. It's not at least it's not for me. It's not for me, but I know a lot of other I at the same time I do know a lot of other people just love this game and like have a sense of nostalgia. I think a lot of it is the nostalgia and like growing up with the game. But as like a game, there's a lot to do. It's pretty solid. It's just not. I don't enjoy it personally. I only enjoyed it in like a social context. Like if my friends are playing Minecraft, then I would play with them and we'd all play together. But that was only fun because I was with my friends, not because of the game itself. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have like a weird thing about Minecraft like that. I play Smash on the Switch. And we're on
Can you
the
do that
we
online
both
together?
have like yeah,
Hmm.
you can do that online. And when you're on my you're on
We're on
the
our
family
same plan, I was gonna say.
Yeah. So we can play. We can. I think, but we both need to have the game though. So for
Yes.
Switch gaming,
Yeah.
um, other online games. I don't know.
Do you enjoy
Lately, I
Terraria,
haven't been.
or is that a thing of the past for you?
Sorry.
Do you enjoy Terraria still?
Yes, it's still. I think just because of how much it means to me and how like it still like really holds up as a game. It's my favorite game. Like
Nice.
I were to define if I were to find a game as my favorite, it's that
Do
one.
you
Why?
just have a Switch or and your laptop? You don't have a PC, right?
Yeah. I had a PC from she's a little broken right now.
I didn't know you had a PC.
I need to like buy some replace. I've never like I don't live here, so
Yeah.
it's like why would I buy replacement parts for
Yeah.
something I'm not gonna use?
That makes sense. Yeah, I'm just thinking we basically have the same thing. We've got Switch and a laptop. Do you have Windows or Mac?
I'm on a Windows.
Oh, you have Windows? I'm on Mac, but I am trying to figure out they have softwares like a Whiskey where you can play Windows games on a Mac because so many things are not compatible with Apple versus Windows. So maybe one day, hopefully one day, I will probably one day I'll get a PC. But I do not have one now.
I mean, PCs are pretty great.
Yeah.
I enjoy them.
Yeah.
I'm I do enjoy.
Yeah. Oh, have you ever played Sky, Children of Light?
I don't even know what that is, so no.
Oh, I'm writing ideas.
You putting that in your notes?
It's free. It's on your phone or Switch, and you can like hold each other's hands, and it's cute. And you fly around, and you can also get injured and lose light, but you fly around and you collect light. And there's like really cute stories to it, but that's something we could easily
I will search it up.
connect on. Um, but yeah, I'm trying. My goal right now is just to stream once a week for 4 hours. But I eventually want to get to a point where I'm streaming at least like 3 or 4 times a week for 4 hours each. Because statistically, that's a good place to be. So far I've played games with Antonio. I've played games of my own. I've done a couple of work with me streams for I just work. I have background music. People can be there. But I
Cool.
feel like playing with other people is kind of the most fun form of content.
Yeah,
Hanging
it
out
is.
with people.
It's like watching different like personalities, but also like trying out different new games. Like, wow, this is just like anything can happen
Yeah.
in these games.
I haven't set this up yet, but I'm hoping to use, I have a phone I no longer use, and I'm hoping to use it as a camera to do streams where you can like paint with me or do puzzles with me or things like that. So it would be fun if we could set it up because I know you like painting too. If we have like a
I
painting.
do.
This, I'm just spitballing and none of this may happen, but I definitely want to do streams where I'm not just gaming, but I'm doing random stuff and people can just chill together. That's ideal to me.
I am 100% down. Woo!
Ooh.
To be a part. And also I love puzzles too. So
Okay.
I don't think I can do like a physical puzzle with you, but there are like puzzle sites where you
Oh
can like
yeah,
uh, where you can like you can use like you can like select an image and then like the computer will like split it up into the different pieces for you and then you can like play with your friends and do that. I used to do that with my friends.
nice.
So
We can do it
that's also
competitively.
a thing.
We
Oh
don't
my,
have to,
yeah,
obviously.
there's a site that I used to. I mean, this site's pretty glitchy, but it's like mostly bug free. But there's like a bug where like sometimes it'll just randomly kick people like off, and then they have to like rejoin. It's very annoying.
Mm.
But it keeps track of the number of pieces that you placed correctly. So you can if you're playing with your friends, if you're putting together a puzzle with your friends, you can see how many pieces each person has put into the puzzle, like contributed.
Oh,
So that's like
nice.
competitive.
It's co-op competitive. That's so cool.
Yeah. It's like a mix of you're like working together, but you're also in competition. It's really fun.
Aw,
I really like doing that stuff.
nice. So many possibilities. Um, it has been an hour. I don't know if you have anything to run to or how you're feeling. I just want to be conscious of your time.
Thank you. I don't have anywhere to be. I think I just need to um make sure that I have dinner made for myself and for I think my sister is also making stuff, so like we're gonna cook together. But I don't know when we're gonna do that. So that's like I'm not at all in a rush. I've just been sitting out here doing my watercolors and like oh, I wanted to tell you about my I don't know if I told you about a new hobby that I started literally today. Um but I there's oh, my friend is calling me and I'll pick that up later. We're on a call right now. It's called four edge painting. Have you heard of it?
Yes, I think you mentioned this to me last time we called, but I didn't know you started it.
Probably. I did. I didn't officially like start, but I have all like the supplies that I need. So
Nice.
basically what you do is you clamp like a book like the sides of like a book together and then you like paint like the side.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to hold it up so you can see it. But this is my copy of Game of Thrones. It's the first one that I've been sketching out designs in my sketchbook for the sides. But I'm very excited because I actually have my little paints now. I have my sketchbook and I just have my things. Like so today was like the first day where I like actually tested all my watercolors and shit
Aw.
on the inside. Cause I'm not really the last time that I like watercolor painted was legit when I went over to your apartment and we painted those dinosaurs on my
Aw.
birthday.
Aw.
And so I'm like I'm out of practice. I need to like yeah,
That's
I don't know.
awesome. Ah, it's gonna
I'm
be
very
so
excited.
pretty.
Yes, I'm very excited. I'm gonna paint a sword, or the sword from the book,
Nice.
on the side.
Oh,
So yeah,
that's such a good skill for like gifting too. You buy someone a book, but then you add the art on the pages or
yeah.
whatnot.
And I told my parents because they were the one. I was like, I want to try and make this into a side hustle if possible.
Mm.
So if you invest in me and help me, like, you know, and buy these supplies, I will give you like a portion of whatever I make from like the first commission, like for so I would
Nice.
pay back my. I basically like I took out a loan from my parents for the paint and the clamps. So
That's awesome.
I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. I don't really know. I'll probably like start posting stuff on my Instagram again, just because I only post like climbing videos, and
Hmm.
I'm obviously not climbing. So yeah,
Nice.
that's happening. I'm very excited about it because I'm like, okay, I committed to this, and there's other people involved, so I can't not commit to this now. Yeah.
That would
I used
be a
my
pretty
own brain
cool
against myself to do a
coaching.
thing.
That would be a pretty cool coaching thing. Not now, obviously, because it's not relevant to the goal we've already set, and I don't want to split attention. But that would be a cool coaching thing as well to just work on um, kind of side hustle, startup, mm,
Yeah.
any accountability or business stuff you need for that. Business background.
Woo!
Woo.
I don't. Yeah. We do definitely don't want to split attention. Um,
Yeah, maybe in the
and
future.
but could be could spit spitballing. We're spitballing. That's what
Yeah.
we're doing here.
Yeah.
But again, like seriously, it means a lot that um, you wanted to take on my case.
Yes. Well, I feel like you're just helping me out. You're just letting me use you as a guinea pig as I like because it's hard for me to motivate myself to do things on my own, which is part of the reason I love coaching so much and I find it so helpful is because I'm like, "Oh, I'm meeting with someone in a week. I got to get this done before then." So meeting with you is helping me like actually create my documents I need for coaching and organize things and start thinking from there. So thank you. It is very helpful.
Yay, mutual help.
Yeah, symbiosis.
Symbiosis. I remember like in school when we learned about the different types of relationships in nature. So there's like symbiotic relationships, and there's the one where it benefits neither party, but it just kind of happens.
Hmm.
And then there's the parasitic relationship, which is where one party is directly benefiting from another's suffering. Or there's one where like one benefits but the other one is not affected, and then there's one with that. Yeah, so symbiotic, and then the one where one is
Neutral.
one's benefited but the other's not affected is something else I don't remember. And then there's the parasitic relationship. So it's like three different ones, but this is not a parasitic relationship. This is symbiotic relationship. Those are always my favorite. Like I always want to learn about those because they fascinated me so much.
Yeah, those are the green flag relationships versus the red flag
Yeah,
relationships.
this is the beige flag. That's
Beige
like
flag.
yeah, like when an orchid grows on a tree, because orchids don't have their own roots or whatever, so they like grow. I don't know. There's something weird with orchids, like specifically then, like they don't have their own like ways of feeding themselves or whatever. So they don't like the tree feeds them somehow, but the tree is not affected. The tree doesn't give a shit.
Nice.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how that works. I might be misremembering. This is again like an 8-year-old memory that I'm just pulling out of my brain.
We're one another's beautiful orchids in our forest, our valley.
Yes. I remember you said something about like life is wildflowers.
Mm.
This is a while ago, so I'm paraphrasing, but
Mm-hmm.
it stuck with me.
Aw. Yeah, that's something that stuck with me a lot too in terms of just imagery for what life is, my existential thoughts, reflections. Um, yeah, life being a mountain range and kind of the mating of it or the beauty of it being the wildflowers because it's just a mountain range. It's not going anywhere. You just go wherever you want in it. Some parts are crap, some parts are really pretty. Um, so what's the point of walking around it? And I feel like it's the wildflowers and the cool things, moments, the
Yeah.
little things in between.
Okay, it is 6:40, so I think I am gonna head out to cook and also see what my friend wants. I think he wanted to go. He like texted me. He was like, "Do you want to go have tacos?" I don't know how to tell him that I don't like tacos, and that I'm also having dinner tonight already.
Oh.
But that's probably what he wants.
Nice. That's
Um,
awesome.
but this was lovely. I did write down also the goals for myself, so don't
Nice.
worry
I'll
about like
send you the notes as well. But yeah,
yes.
I know you're well organized.
I thank you. I attempt.
All right.
And
Yeah.
talk to you soon, whenever.
Yes.
Probably before next week, but if not, then
Yeah.
before then see you next week.
Yeah. Awesome. I love you, darling. Enjoy your evening and your dinner.
Bye.
Bye. Yay. Back to the streamer mix. Nice. Ah, that was awesome. Thank you to Alena for joining me, for being my guinea pig for coaching. Where is... well, we'll add my little stuff here. This was very helpful for organizing myself and getting an idea of what I need in terms of resources. Nothing more. Also good to know that how to set up Discord calls and audios and video, and I need to send notes to her. And then also that it slows down my video. It's kind of laggy. So I need to figure that out for streaming. Oh, she messaged the goals. On top of things. music just cut out? Test, test. Hello, hello. I'm not hearing myself. Why? My audio just stopped. Hello, hello. That's really weird. Well, I need to get dinner anyways. My audio is being weird, so I will call it a night for now. Thanks anyone for popping in and watching the interview coaching session with Alena and for chilling with me. We'll talk to y'all later.